Hello friends, today we have in our studio Mr. Girish Fansakar. Hello sir.
Hello.
I welcome you on the behalf of Jnanaprabodhini's Educational Research Center.
Thank you.
Now I'll just introduce Mr. Girish Fansakar. He did his mechanical engineering from IIT Mumbai. Then he went to US and did his masters in mechanical engineering over there. Then he also worked with SDRC, that is Siemens PLM, in US. And then after coming back to India, he was still working with them. Then he did his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and worked with McKinsey and Company and also in Geometric Limited. Yeah, it is a software company. He was working there as a business operation head, working in his own consultancy. He has his own independent consultancy and company. Okay, so we'll start with our question. Yeah, so my first question to you is what is actually management education, or we can say MBA? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mrunmai, for inviting me for this discussion. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to talk to the students here. To your question about what is management education, or MBA as it is called. See, typically everyone does business. Even the grocery store next door, Bania does the business, right?
Yeah.
He buys goods, he sells it at a profit,
Yeah.
right? And he earns some amount of money from it. So he is doing management, right? Everyone around us is doing management. You're managing something. You are managing your own studies. Students are managing their own studies and so on. So the question really is, what is management education? Management education is essentially about putting a structure to all of it. What do I mean by that? It is, if you say, a scientific approach to management.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow if I'm managing a company or maybe a sales for a company, if I can do it in a very ad hoc fashion. When I say ad hoc, it is whatever comes to my mind I'll do, I'll go sell anywhere and so on and so forth. But will it give me the best results, right? So essentially what we are saying is management brings structure to whole thing. It is a scientific way of managing, whether it's a business, whether it's a government, whether it's a non-government organization, whether it's your own studies or anything. So that is what management education is all about. Now if you see, management education has multiple streams in it. Accounts is one, marketing is another, strategy is third one, you can have HR as the fourth one. So depending on what you are managing, these streams will the same. But management education covers all of it and essentially puts structure to what is being taught, right?
Yeah.
What is an MBA? MBA is essentially the degree that you get when you complete the management education.
Does a student needs to do for taking an admission for MBA program, for a structured education? Yeah?
Okay. So it is a postgraduate program. So basically you can do your graduation in any of the fields, whether it's a commerce, arts, even medical, okay, engineering, whatever field that you believe you want to do your your initial education, you can do that. And after you get a bachelor's degree from that institution, then you can go for an MBA course. That is what it is. However, there are certain institutions that have started a Bachelor of Business Administration course as well, which will start with right after your 12th, they will start training you on business administration. But most of the courses, if you see, are postgraduate courses, and MBA per se is a postgraduate course.
And what is the duration of the course?
Typically, the MBA course is for 2 years. Okay, the first year of the course will train you on certain basic fundamentals. Then there is a summer program wherein people go out and work in a company for 2 to 3 months and get an internship, what they call a summer internship, and then they come back and complete the second year of the program. So this is typically a 2-year program. However, for experienced people, some companies, some institutions have started a 1-year MBA program as well. Like there is one, I come from a 1-year MBA program from Jnanaprabodhini. But yeah, most of the MBA programs, if you see, which are right after your graduation, are 2-year programs.
What are the skills students need to develop for joining the MBA?
Typically, MBA focuses not on a specific scientific knowledge or understanding of formulae or this thing. MBA typically focuses on the ability to think in a structured manner and your analytical abilities, right? So one of the important characteristics that a student needs to develop is analytical thinking. Let me elaborate a little bit of that for the benefit of some of the students, because it may not be very clear about what I mean. For example, analytical skills means if you are given some kind of puzzles, right? You see these puzzles that you solve on a, in some of these magazines that you see. In that, there is no one single formula, but you need to apply your brain to solve that puzzle. That is where the analytical thinking comes into picture. So essentially, if you can develop your brain to think through these kind of analytical problem solving, that helps in MBA. In addition to that, MBA also focuses on 2 other characteristics. One is your communication ability. So your verbal and written communication, and also on certain math skills. And I'm not expecting that you math means very complicated derivatives and so on and so forth, but at least basic math skills to enable you to do calculations and so on.
You have worked in India as well as abroad, so I want to ask that what are the career options after being an MBA graduate?
There are multiple career options after MBA, and let me take the India and abroad part later. But even in India, if you come out of an MBA school, there are several career options available. So typically, the kind of jobs that are involved are, if you are a junior person who's just graduated and did an MBA and came out, there are certain positions like you can join any companies in sales kind of roles. You can join in operations roles. You can join in finance roles, right? Depending on what is your specialization, because MBA has specializations. If you come out with a finance specialization, you can join the accounts team of a company or things like that, right? There are also some experience. If you join MBA after certain years of experience after your graduation, you can get into middle management roles. Like example, you can be maybe leading a division or doing certain, looking after sales for a region, or it could very well be any other HR role if you have an HR specialization. There are certain special roles, and I don't want to call it special for this thing, because they're typically open only after an MBA, like consulting roles, right? So typically, and this consulting is essentially not the technical consulting, but it is a management consulting role. These roles are typically available after an MBA.
Done your MBA from IIM Ahmedabad, and for many students like these students, it is a dream, like doing MBA from IIM Ahmedabad. So what is actually IIM?
So there is a lot of buzz about IIM, right? I mean, IIM is a very renowned brand in India, and rightly so. I think my experience in IIM has been fantastic. So clearly, it is a great institution, any of the IIMs. Not to say that other institutions are not good, right? They are equally good, but IIM really has the brand name and also has the kind of faculty that helps you, that's truly world class. Okay, so what is IIM? IIM stands for Indian Institute of Management. These are institutes of management that were set up to make sure that India is on the forefront of management education. Long time back, probably around 70s sometime. There are about 5 or 6 odd IIMs now. IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Lucknow, Calcutta, Indore, Kozhikode, so 6 at least in the thing. And IIMs essentially, what it helps you do is it really brings a top class people together, right? Basically, so the real fun of getting into an IIM is, as much as it is to learn from the faculty and really good staff, really good professors in IIM, it is also very, very good to really have a peer group who is equally capable. So that is what IIM is all about. I think you get a chance to be in any of these IIMs, you should not miss it. IIMs have, basically the entrance for IIMs is through CAT. And this is for their flagship course, which is called PGDBM, the Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management. It is essentially an MBA, but the formal title of the course is PGDBM, and it is a 2-year course. So essentially, it's a fairly competitive process, and hence naturally there is a lot of aspiration value associated with it. So that's.
You are working currently as an independent consultant. So can I ask you about what is consultancy actually? It's all about.
Let's say if a student doesn't know, he has been given a problem, and if he doesn't know how to solve it, what does he do? He or she will typically ask someone, right? Ask for help. They will say, look, how do I solve this issue? How do I solve this problem? They can talk to teacher, friends, parents, or whoever, right? So this is basically the student is consulting with any of these for solving the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about a company. Let's say a person who is managing a company, a CEO of the company, or even maybe a sales head of the company, or a operations manager of the company, has a problem at hand. He is not able to solve certain problem of how do I increase the sales, how do I make more cars through this in whatever, right? I mean, within a day, or whatever that problem could be. So he asks for help, and that help is provided by consultants. Consultants typically come with some specialized knowledge. Now there could be a technical consultancy wherein they could contribute in using a technical solution. For example, someone knows how to really make that car line fast and solve that particular specific issue. Or it could be a management consulting wherein we help with how do I manage this better? How do I increase the profitability of the company? Or how do I increase the overall revenue from the revenue of the company? So this help or this advice that someone external comes and gives is called.
Towards the end, I want to ask you that what made you actually come again in India after studying and working in US?
When I decided to come back in '99, it was a very interesting time. Okay, let me be very honest. And there are two minds. You always are in two minds whether to continue there because everything was going great there and so on, or whether to come back. But what really brought me back are two things. First of all, yes, family, obviously, yes, because your parents are here, your brothers and sisters are here, so obviously there is always an attraction to come back from the family front. But at no point of time I was ready to actually sacrifice my career for family. So it was important. As much as family is important, career was also important for me. One of the good things that happened is from let's say 95 onwards is there are ample opportunities in India for talented people, for people who want to do something, who have an urge to do something, right? So fortunately for me, the opportunity came through my US office opening an office in India, and we growing the center here in India. So essentially that was a big opportunity at that time, and that made me come back. And to be very honest, I never thought about going back again. Does that mean that I will never go back again? Probably not. I mean, if there is a right opportunity, I might go back there as well. But what I want to tell the students, and this is very important, is don't take up suboptimal or something which you don't want to do just to go somewhere. Do what you want to do by staying wherever you want to stay, right? So India provides enough opportunities for everyone.
Yeah, that was a great answer, I think, and it was great talking with you, sir. And I thank again on the behalf of Jnanaprabodhini that you came here and give the information about MBA program, the whole MBA program, and also about the consultancy.